First, you are going to create the structure. That just means the two walls and the floor. So you are going to cut a 10 by 11 piece of cardboard. I chose a cereal box because it's easier to cut. And then you'll have two pieces that are 5 by 5 and one piece that's 5 by 6. Watch how I glue here. I go around the edge and then I kind of wipe it into the edge of the paper. That way it lays nice and flat. Again, watch how I glue. There we go. Go around the edge, wipe with my hand. All right, now you are going to create the walls and the floor. I chose to use contact papers. And you are going to measure twice to only build once, because you don't want to have to build it all over again because you didn't measure correctly. Now, if you don't measure it perfectly, is it the end of the world? No. Go easy on yourself. Now I slowed down the video to show you just how long I took on the exterior of the building. You want to take your time and really try to get a realistic replica of the exterior of the building that you want. I wanted to do old, maybe beaten down kind of art studio. So I am using corrugated paper as the walls, and I cut a hole in it and put construction paper behind it with that same kind of old brick pattern, and then I'm putting in some cracks with Sharpie and color pencil, and I just taped the construction paper to the back. Now that your floors and exterior is done, mine didn't quite match up perfectly, so I did go around the end and trim. It's okay if you don't measure exactly right. Go easy on yourself. So the next thing that I did was I worked on one of my pieces of furniture. You have to have at least 6 extras in your room. So at least 3 pieces of furniture and 6 added details. So the easel for me is a piece of furniture. And you have to have a rug of some kind. So I put a rug down with some spots on it, as if, it's a messy art studio. And now I'm creating a trash can using one of the things from our junk baskets. And I'm using regular Elmer's glue because if I used hot glue with that burlap material that has a bunch of holes in it, I would burn my hand. And I've burned my hands many, many times. And you don't want to have old crusty hands with scars like mine. So don't burn yourself. Now I'm creating a bunch of artwork to go inside of my studio. So that takes care of my 6 extra details. If you're really into this project, you're going to have no problem coming up with 6 extra details. You're going to end up with a lot more. For another thing I'm adding to my studio, I'm taking the clothespins apart and using the metal thing. And those are going to be strewn onto some wire here. And I'm just going to put some artworks up. They could be considered photographs. Maybe I have a bigger studio and I'm just showing part of it. And I have like a photography darkroom and those are drawing pictures. It can be what you want, but I just put some drawings up on those metal clips. Now I'm creating my seating and my lighting. So you have to have at least one place to sit, and that is part of your 3 pieces of furniture. And your lighting, and that is part of your 3 pieces of furniture. So you should have no problem getting that much. I'm making another piece of furniture here to put some more of my artworks. It's kind of like a wooden slab and desk to put things. Always treat your surfaces. So instead of just using the wooden pieces as is, I am treating them by painting them. You don't have to make it that complicated. If you prefer to color them with marker, you can do that. But I am treating the surfaces with paint and making myself a little table and area to store my artwork in my art studio. there I was creating really, really tiny paintbrushes and a really, really tiny cup for my paintbrushes to go in. And I'm actually hot gluing the artwork inside of the furniture piece so that it doesn't fall out. And now I'm creating a logo to go on the outside, the exterior of the building, to show that it is an art studio. And I'm using my little YouTube logo, Mrs. C's Art Mania, for the outside. I ended up really liking my logo on the outside, but I do not like my lighting. My little lamp looks really wonky, so hopefully I'll have time to redo that. Maybe, maybe not. So yeah, there's my little art studio. I hope you enjoy this and learn a lot about design, unity, and all in all, art appreciation. Okay, thanks. Bye.